Right. Yeah, I
which,
mix up all these names.
yeah,
Priest was the third guy, and he got just absolutely destroyed.
yeah,
And
his head got exploded, which was
I'd
a
say
little
I'd say
anticlimactic.
it's even more abrupt if you are playing against the blue guardian.
I honestly don't remember what the Blue Guardian looks like.
It's like a three-legged spider-like thing, but
Oh, neat.
huge, absolutely gigantic, and it just absolutely crushes you.
Yeah,
And it just happens just wham like a bug, and it's just like, oh, okay,
oh,
thanks
that sounds
game.
cool. Um, we
Flying
also
book.
got a flying book. We also got a note from our deceased grandpa to seek the 88 keys,
Oh right, we have a clue.
which that same friend of mine back in college I showed this game to, who way back during Anthony's chapter got angry about the sword being too long. When we got to this point in the game, he legitimately went fuck, and then like I probably should have said something sooner, but I wanted to see how long he would go around doing the Resident Evil 2 dance of like just hitting the perimeter of the room, jamming on the check button.
Look, here's my problem with that. If you don't know that a piano has 88 keys, fine. That's like a weird bit of trivia that not everybody knows. That's fine.
Sure.
But to actually look for 88 keys.
Yeah, the sheer amount of it should be a hint that like, okay, maybe I'm not taking this literally. Oh, right, because we are recreating the song that Paul played in the church. Um Mapped out. Oh, thank God they had the little diagram on the right so I can kind of check how I mapped out my controller. I tried to do them. So I'm working on a DualShock. So A is circle, B is square, or B is X, Y is square, and X is triangle. It's the closest I could make to the actual layout.
Page is just floating there.
He I feel a little bad. He's a very nice guy, and I am guilty also of sometimes taking things a little too literally and being a little dense. And so I feel like I should have said something, but at the same time I was like, how long is he gonna
I'm just
go?
gonna let him go. Yeah. Okay, I remember this one, and this might be my least favorite stage.
But
Who are you? I am your lord and conqueror. What manner of forsaken being are you? So, you can see me in my true form. You are a gifted man. Take this one and use him as the foundation for the pillar. He is special and should be given a special place among the suffering.
Ceiling's bleeding. I'm not contracted to deal with ceiling blood. You're gonna have to call a different guy for that job.
Yeah, the ceiling blood guy, the wall
Yeah.
blood guy.
I look. I deal with plumbing, and we really can't like overstep boundaries like that. It's
If
jurisdictional.
I do the job of the blood guy is gonna get all of my shit, and he doesn't do my work, so we have an understanding.
Yeah, and plus, if I'm not trained on it, if I fuck it up, then like it's gonna be a huge insurance nightmare.
Yeah.
Like the paperwork is just out the ass. I don't know. I don't hate this chapter. It's definitely not.
This one. Isn't this the temple again?
Let's find out.
This is Kareem's area.
Yes.
This is yeah. I can't remember what stage this is, but it's the other temple area.
Much has been written.
That's the Forbidden City.
Conquerors. In the context
oh yeah, the
of
one
history,
in Persia.
One man's champion is another man's nemesis. Hero.
Not the one in Angkor Wat.
Much has been written.
Angkor Tom.
Not is far
Angkor
more
Tom.
interesting. The Tome of Eternal Darkness mentions a Venetian artist and architect of the Renaissance named Roberto Bianchi. Roaming abroad to find inspiration, he was captured by a warlord expanding his empire. he forced Roberto to use his architectural and engineering skills to construct a monument to his greatness. To complete his task, he must survey the site.
Survey the site quickly, dog, and maybe you'll live long enough to see the sacrament's construction.
Okay.
Fine.
Did you think we would trust you, Bianchi? Even though you are graced with the generosity of our liege, you are still his prisoner. As I said, finish your work quickly, and maybe we'll drag you out of this hole.
Roberto must survey the ruins of this ancient temple. The rooms he must survey can be found on the map. Oh, hey, we actually have to use the map for a change. Only when these areas have been inspected can the construction begin. So, aside from my Italian heritage giving me a slight bias towards Mr. Bianchi here, this chapter, I think this chapter has one of the neatest horror concepts in the game, which we'll get to as we go on. So, like,
Oh yeah, that's like this is its own interesting little horror story.
yeah, and it's one of those things that we've been talking about a little bit on your Dark Souls stream, where it's like a lot of the bosses, they're very good fights and they're very balanced gameplay, but aesthetically they're just kind of samey. And so even though it's not the best chapter to play, I do appreciate a lot of the narrative and aesthetic value of it.
I remember it being a pain in the ass, but I could be thinking of a different chapter. Wait. Okay, yeah, I won't talk about that because we haven't gotten that yet.
So we got to find these rooms with the X's on them.
Okay.
Those are our survey, our rooms that we have to survey. And there's a handful. Also something to bear in mind is there are two... Hi, friend. Oh, good. After the servants in Max's chapter, I'm paranoid about NPCs.
Yeah, he was walking right towards you. I kind of assumed he was going to punch you in the face.
So there are two side quests, I guess, if you want to call them, throughout the game. One of them is very simple, and we already fucked it up. I should equip
Get
the
the
torch.
Mantarok rune.
The Mantarok rune, yeah, and that's fine. In some ways, that does make the game a little too easy. Yeah, you jerk. But the other one takes place every time you come to Persia. Except for Pius, because that's just the prologue. So Kareem, if you recall, we picked up a ruby effigy that ended up not being used in any way. So just keep that in mind. That's going to be a more long-form, think like the Legend of Zelda style trading quest, but like 4 or 5 steps less complicated.
Okay. I think I remember now why I had a problem with this stage. Because you start with the torch, which you can't really get sanity back with.
No, you can't. But it's a good weapon.
Yeah, it works as a weapon.
Like, it's pretty much one smack, one kill.
Does the crumbling mean you can examine it?
I think that might be a clue. I'm going to be really reliant on the map, because the last thing I want to do is get too far and have to backtrack.
Yeah, that would suck.
We did enough of that in Lindsay's level.
Does Lindsay's level even have an optimal path so you don't have to backtrack 2 or 3 times?
I don't
Probably.
think so.
I
think
know it's a loop, but just the way it works, and with the amount of traps and stuff. All right.
it's the traps that get me every time. That's why the Cambodia levels are always... I think there's only one more in Cambodia, if I remember correctly, so...
Yeah.
So the safe... I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's a sword.
Okay.
I don't recall... I don't think Roberto gets any... fancy weapons.
No, I don't remember anything fancy equipment-wise about this chapter. Just survey all these rooms.
Apparently, Kareem's Ram Dao is like the most powerful weapon in the game. Like, there's nothing else that'll take out a hook horror in one shot the way that did.
Huh.
I miss Kareem, I guess. Get him. Yeah,
Well,
so
at least
now
he
that
looks
we...
like he knows what he's doing with that thing when he does a killing move.
Okay.
Some of these
We had
characters, for the motions, are just like, wait, really? That's your
Well-
killing move? That's your killing stroke?
And some of them, it's like, Anthony is a child.
Yes, that I get.
And,
But I think it's
you know,
dependent on weapon, right?
yeah. But weapons are also tied to... There are very few
Mostly tied to
characters that...
characters.
Yeah. Like, Anthony and Paul both get the bastard
They share a
sword.
broadsword. Or something.
For fuck's sake. Don't eat me. Pius and Alex both share the Gladius. Gladius? Is apparently now... I was just informed last night that, apparently the official pronunciation of that space game with the ship and the floating option machines and the speed upgrades, whatnot, that we played for years, the official pronunciation is Gradius.
Gradius? Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice movie. It says it that way.
Yeah.
I always thought that was just one of his weird pronunciation things.
I mean, apparently that's canon. I refuse.
Yeah, but when I looked this up, it's Gladius or Gladius if you're doing classical Latin. And then it would be, gladium, gladii, gladii, and so on and so forth.
That's right, you took Latin.
For only a couple of years. It didn't sit too well in my head. It's really hard to remember.
It's more Latin than I took. The entirety of my Latin knowledge comes from that one scene in The Life of Brian.
Which scene? It's been a long time since I saw that.
When he starts working for the rebellion, their first job they send him on is to go into the Colosseum and write "Romans Go Home."
Okay, I think I kind of remember that. That's the one where he gets crucified at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And the Room of Screams is going to interrupt this lovely conversation. Inaccurate. That man has no head. But John Cleese plays a centurion, and he catches him in the act, and you expect him to throw him and execute him and whatnot, and instead he comes up to him and he goes, "What are you writing there?" And he's got it's all written in Latin on the wall, and John Cleese looks at it and says, "The people called Romani, they go the house?" And he gives him like a schoolmaster, like diagram and conjugate the sentence, and he gets him the whole, he goes through it step by step and it corrects all of his grammar.
I see.
And I'll write it 100 times
I totally
or I'll cut.
forgot that movie.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
That's a pretty good movie, I remember. Oh, crap. Oh, this could have been another thing I disliked about this chapter, not finding a crossbow.
Possible, but
Was it,
fortunately...
like, really in your way? I didn't see when you picked it up.
It was on the sidebar in the last room just before I went down. So it was pretty visible. But yeah, this hallway alone without a crossbow would be a fucking nightmare.
Would prefer not to do that.
What are you? Did I... Nope. Wait, did I miss... I can't remember if I checked the map in the last room, so I'm gonna go do that now, just in case. Damn it. Climb up. There we go. That looks like... Yeah, okay. Ha, that would have been shitty.
Oh, you caught one? Good job.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. And so I was like, I would rather go back now. Yeah. Look at that. Even in his save icon, he's like looking up. What?
Oh, that's not your most flattering angle, my dude.
No, it's not great. You gotta learn how to properly light yourself. I mean, you're an architect. So it's not really, like, within your skill set, just by, naturally. Stop freezing me. What do we got? Summon zombie scroll. Yeah, so summon
That's
zombie...
That's just your previous one with some paragons stuck on it.
Yeah, there's going to be 3 different summon spells. Trapper, zombie, and horror, I think you actually get for the 7-dot circle. But it's the same spell. It's the same core runes. Yeah. No, you don't. No. Man, I hope you can't continue to summon these little guys, because I'm going to run out of... Let's see. The Pokemon Triangle. Red beats green.
That's how we're remembering it now.
Yeah, someone pointed that out last week, or the other day, rather, and I was just like, oh. Yeah. Charmander burns Bulbasaur. Yeah, that makes sense. Is he? Yeah, god dang it. Alright, it's all the way over there, so... I think I can just... Because I don't have the crossbow bolts to keep dealing with that. You jerk. Or he's just gonna... Oh, it deleted the old one. He can only summon one at a time. Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
Come on. Come on. Do your business. Ha!
Oh, you baited.
Come on. It's like, no! Jerk. Ugh.
I kind of figured that was going to happen.
Yeah,
but this doesn't seem terribly dangerous.
I don't see... Yeah, it's just zombies, and I can get my sanity back.
Yeah.
Since that was starting to dip down.
Can you summon your own red trapper? Yes. Can you use it to get rid of enemies that way?
I don't... I think the trapper... I could be wrong. I'll try. It's worth a shot. I think the trapper is more of a, get into small spaces for puzzle solving and item collecting type.
Right.
but doesn't hurt to try.
Isn't that spell kind of optional?
The summon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the only time so far we've been had like a clear spot to use it was in Lindsay's chapter to get the Mantarok rune, and I already fucked that up. Yeah. What I really hope, and I can't remember, is if I hope his fucking health doesn't reset after I get sent to the Nether Realm. That would suck. So when you summon, you actually take control.
No, you can trap an enemy.
Trap an enemy.
Target it with... Okay.
See what happens.
You only get one shot at this, probably.
Hey, buddy. You working this job, too? That's cool.
Okay, that's kind of funny that they don't care about you.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I can target the Guardian. I can only target the zombie.
Oh, well.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Please die.
And now... now he's dead. Okay. I'm gonna just try that, because if I get caught, I'm in a good spot right now. I'd rather save the crossbow bolts in case I run into more trappers at an inconvenient point down the line. Let's get some... Actually, if we go to blue... Come on. We can cast to recover health and sanity, and then we can step on the thing and get all of our mana back. So let's just go ahead and... No spells. Crap! They thought of it. My plan was flawed from the start.
What?
I was gonna go to the mana font there and just like cast willy-nilly and then get all my mana back. But they thought of that. You can't cast spells while you're in the Trapper dimension.
Oh, right.
'Cause that would be a little OP. But I should put a shield up because I've been neglecting that thus far.
It seemed expensive.
Yeah. Roberto...
But we are doing a lot of running.
Yeah, Roberto's kind of one of them blue-collary types. He doesn't have the biggest mana pool. It's been not the most... Reload this while I'm at it. It hasn't been, like, the most clear, but different characters do have different sized bars. So there is stats that you're changing, but they're not anything you can affect, and they are very temporary, so it's not always the most apparent. Alright. Those 2 floors are good. We got 2 there, and then we got 1 on the bottom floor. Which I think that is the room, the final room. The room where Pius made his decision in the gauntlet that Kareem had to go through. So that leaves these 2 once we get to the blue floor. Ominous. Shit. Alright, let's just take advantage of a little... So red, blue beats red.
I actually didn't even remember what color that was.
Ours is not a great blade, but it's all we got.
cuts through that, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you're properly aligned against, if you're exploiting their weaknesses, it goes. It's pretty much a sure thing. Until you get overrun by bone thieves. Or the lesser guardians that can fucking just put up their everything-proof shield. Oh, hi. Oh, bye. Oh, squish.
Oh. I remember how we fixed this.
You do? Is it
Yeah.
by following suit? I was
Hang
expecting...
on. I want to see where this goes. What's your angle here? Oh, you're dead.
Oh, I'm dead. Well, by getting myself crushed into a fine paste, I can now avoid all of Pius's attacks. See, I've decreased my body weight and lowered my burden, my encumbrance rating.
I see.
Yeah.
Those hidden stats.
I was just expecting maybe a cooler kill screen than that, but...
Just wham.
Squish. I mean, they had them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, you never need to use summon, do you? But I guess you do.
Oh, do you?
Well?
Maybe we send a zombie in, but first I want to do a little, See, I want to be careful about progressing here, because with that, Chop. Oh, hi, little guy. Oh, hi, big guy.
Oh, no.
Oh, hi, medium guy. Oh, no.
They've learned to vary in size. What do we do?
We take our time. So the side quest, I don't want to miss the thing, the highly missable thingy, because unlike the Mantarok rune, it is this one is very much something you're gonna want.
I don't think I know what you're talking about, but I'll just wait and see.
It's something that'll take the whole game to unveil and makes the final level much simpler. Stop it. Don't you
boy.
fucking... Bone thieves?
Alright, so now we just get out of here, right?
Yeah. If those are all bone thieves, I don't want to deal with 3 of them at once.
Yeah,
You
there's
can-
literally nothing in this room.
You can just be... You could just hang out forever. Have fun. Locked. Map.
There was
Right.
another door from that chamber, right?
From the first one we were in, yeah.
Previous one, yeah.
I believe that X where we want to go is through that door, but it's locked. But there's also there's a ladder down here.
Oh god.
The crossbow, the gun of its day. Fuck!
You literally like stepped on it.
I did. Alright. I've been getting pretty lucky with these trapper dimensions, though.
As long as
Like-
there's not a horror in here, fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when you get kind of... Oh, there we are. Red. Let's go to red.
Because horror just gets the chance to hurt you from wherever
everywhere.
it fucking wants, and it's not fair at all.
Forever, with its little Seeky blaster. Damn it. Red. I think I'm just gonna juke those zombies, because, they got a lot of me. This one's too... Crap. Stop existing. You're too needy. Wow. You just... There is just no end to the corporealness that is you. Juke. Juke. I don't hear any more trilling. I hear what might be a horror, though. Oh, yeah. Let's let that little crew sort itself out.
They can fight amongst themselves.
I'm gonna go ahead and just get myself taken care of here. Running away. Where you at? You come over here. There you are. Oh wow, this one's not even eyes, it's like full heads. Dead now. A moat of molten rock. Roberto ponders its purpose and reason. I'm guessing it's to keep you out of the middle of the room. You're an architect. You should know this.
So, how do we get Roberto to jump?
Well, first he's got to kick, punch. It's all in the time. Okay, we got a 5-point Zelatoth symbol there. So maybe we do...
Reveal invisible?
Might be a hidden bridge of some sort. No, we gotta make it bigger, though. Narrowcath and Redgar Moor. And pardon. Also, every flavor of spell has its own voice, which I think is kind of neat.
Yes.
Emblematic of... It's not exactly the same voice as the god itself, but like Chaturga's is growly and like just did, and Zelatoth's is more feminine and ethereal and wispy, and Ulyaoth is a fucking nerd. Alright, so we cast you and you and you.
Is this the optional thing you were talking about, or is this a required thing?
I think this is a required thing.
Okay, bridge was correct.
Invisible bridge. I need a key. Because this, I believe, will open that door that leads back...
Oh, yeah.
...to the other... which means the corridor on the south and the smashy pillar both have some meaning.
Help me, Grandpa. I can't take this anymore.
Don't be so weak, Alex. You have a stronger mind than this. I didn't bring up a weakling, not a scared wretch of a girl.
You kept all this from me. You kept me alone. You shared nothing with me.
I couldn't. I could never give you the burden. I just wanted you to grow up. To grow up and leave me alone.
Grandpa, why are you being a dick?
Why couldn't you have been killed with your parents?
This isn't really happening.
Why Grandpa being such a dick? There's a very good reason for why Grandpa's being a dick.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Oh.
I almost blurted it out. I was like, "Why is he?" Oh, right.
It's not super... Like, it's kind of obvious, but, like, just in case. So this is the, This is the thing. It's just sitting here and I just walked past it. Or maybe it didn't appear until I got the key. I don't recall. Either way, the sapphire effigy.
You can miss that.
Yes, that is optional. Just like the ruby effigy in Kareem's chapter was optional. And no prizes for guessing what the final piece is.
Hang on, let me go into my database of weird FF14 gems that I
Okay.
learned as Goldsmith. How about Goshenite?
No, not Goshenite. No, that is incorrect.
God damn it, I gotta go from memory instead of actually like logging in. That's the problem. Oh no.
Zappy Fields.
Oh no, I remember this room.
I don't remember this room, but I'm going to save because that sounds like the shit that made Anthony said. The correct answer was unobtainium, of course.
Oh, damn it.
Okay. You know what? This might have been... Let's try...
Can we cast a shield?
I don't know about the shield. Let me try...
Well, shield might give us 5 free hits.
I don't...
But yeah, this is another... this is...
So I'm wondering if... yeah. I don't remember this room at all. Press attack. Attack an enemy's head to gnaw. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Yeah, look at that. Oh, never mind.
Does that do damage to you?
No, I think just eventually the zombie will die. Because it seems silly to expect you to get all the way across this field.
Okay, I think we got to, shield it?
So is the book an extension of the Corpse God? Like the Tome of Eternal Darkness, I assume, is what you mean by the book?
Yeah.
Not really. It's more of, I mean, I guess, think of it more like
You might as well be
Mantarok's
running around right now
Bible?
if you're gonna be
Yeah, I
recovering your
suppose.
magic.
Fair. Like Mantarok's Bible, I suppose. It's implied that the it might even be overtly stated, I don't recall, later on, that the like all of the forces trying to keep the gods at bay are just like de facto allied with Mantarok, and so this is all of their collected knowledge and stories and everything they've assembled.
Okay.
Yeah, it is essentially the Necronomicon. Yeah. For all intents and purposes. Okay, this is the way we came from, but we forgot these arrows.
Oh, hey.
We came through this door. So there's the ladder, which I don't know if we can climb up. We cannot.
I
All
know
right.
that magic's on a premium right now, but don't forget about the crusher trap. We should check that out.
Yes. Given the
Is that progress or is that optional stuff?
crusher trap?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's find out. You are also surrounded by a little protective field while controlling a summoned creature. I'm pretty sure the only optional thing is the effigy, so I imagine this has to be progress. Oh, but it's bad progress.
Oh god, yeah, let's
Turn around,
go
save.
elsewhere, yeah.
I didn't catch what color it was. Yeah, time is a bit unstuck. It was blue. All right, so we won green. We are essentially following 3 timelines, though. We got the people in Cambodia. We've got the people in Persia, and we've got the people in France. And within those, and 4, I guess, if you count Rhode Island. And the stories come in chronological order within those timelines. So you'll play an entire location in order, but not necessarily... the chapters will not necessarily be chronological in and of themselves. Oh, we got arrows. We got plenty of arrows.
It's targeting.
Wow.
is the problem.
Yeah. Well,
Well, this is a problem. I don't understand why fighting these guys freezes you like that.
they're very... It's their...
Oh shit.
Well, that caused a problem.
There goes your attention.
Yeah, they have very small windows where they're where they're vulnerable, and
Here comes another.
crap. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that, except just kill it when it gets here.
Here comes a trapper.
I might want a trapper at this point.
Well, you can't
Right.
cast spells in the void, so that would be bad if that happened.
No, but I severely need something to go up.
There seems to be a green over there. And there's no horror in here.
Yeah, so we're pretty good.
You just gotta win the roulette.
Okay, got some sanity. Yeah, you can't cast spells. Ow, you jerk.
Oh god, don't have a heart attack because you saw a zombie.
That'd be not great.
fucking Darkest Dungeon ass mechanic.
Did you hear the PvP expansion's coming out?
There's gonna be a PvP expansion?
Yeah, the Butcher's Carnival or something like that. So I wonder what happens. Oh, you just can't. That's why. All right.
We are probably dead.
Probably. In fact, I'm gonna stop.
Wait, saving here would be a... Oh, yeah. You can't save here.
Correct. But I did save, like, right before we went down into that corridor. All right. So, we want spells. We want enchantment. We want green. If we can land a few hits on jerk
I heard that you
face.
can get around them and hit them from behind when they open up.
Oh,
But targeting may be tricky. Oh.
oh. Well.
Yay! I found
Yay!
it! Yay! I helped. These things are actually not as bad as I thought they were.
No. Backstab. I was just doing it the completely wrong way.
I'm pretty sure I did it the same way.
Venture no further, or be struck down where you stand.
Hi, Kareem.
Who? What? I am the guardian of this temple, the Forbidden City. None shall enter except the chosen. Speak. You are the chosen. For many
Hooray!
years I have tested those who came here, and all have failed. You are unaffected by the power I wield, and thus must surely be the chosen.
I've murdered so many people.
Once I was as you were, confused and without answers, yet they came in time. Now my duty is complete. I can finally rest. My sacrifice was not in vain.
Bye.
Okay,
Ooh.
bye. That thing.
A glowing blue artifact. So, in Anchor Tom, they passed down the essence of Mantarok, the heart. And Dr. Lindsay brought that to Edward in Rhode Island. So that's in the mansion somewhere. Now, in Persia, we've got the essence of Ulyaoth here. And then if you recall, in France, the Guardian is protecting a red crab claw-looking artifact. And we also got the ruby effigy.
Okay.
But we won't be able to... Oh, hold on. This room appears to be an incredibly ancient shrine to the ancients. An ancient shrine to the ancients. That still leaves the Corridor of Death. Gross.
Yeah, we gotta check the shock corridor.
Yeah. Oh, great. You're still here.
We got a crossbow.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like we're tracking it, so... So is this the chapter you were thinking of?
Seems like we got through it okay.
Well,
It wasn't as bad as I remember, but that shock room is a thing.
yeah, the shock room is a thing that, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping the answer would have revealed itself before we had to get it back here.
Yeah.
It has not.
My idea is to run for it with the shield spell. As many charges as you can get.
Well. Run! Oh. Look at you. Stop calling my name like that. It's weird. Well, I was just overthinking it. Whoa. What have we got here? We can't examine the precipice. About worms devouring his countrymen. I don't like worms.
Worm.
Ah, worms. Ugh. But how can I do my job when there's worms? It's too dangerous to survey right now. You fool.
You might have to fight worms more? Maybe now?
I guess I just had to wait for that worm to technically die. Okay. The job of the surveyor is complete. Now, unless I'm mistaken, it is time to go... Damn it. So the D-pad is right next to the thumbstick, and if you move even slightly after casting a spell, the spell fizzles, and you lose the mana.
Ah.
Can we just get a Chaturga token by now? I thought we had an area of effect spell, but I was wrong. Oh my god. The mana regen is...
Doesn't it
Yeah,
only
there's
go when
the-
you run?
Oh. God, maybe.
Yeah, I think you do need to move around for it to go. I might be wrong, though.
Well, it certainly won't hurt. Okay. Hands off the thumbstick, hands off the thumbstick. Okay. My mana is revived by the power of cardio. Cardio is actually pretty great. I downloaded an app for a pedometer thing, and I've been trying to get my step goal the last few days, and it's been certainly feeling better than I have been in a couple of weeks. Bye, rat friends. I will fondly remember you always. So from now on, we sneak around behind the Lesser Guardians and smack him in the tail. And now that I think about it, their design is pretty clear. Like, you can pretty clearly see that tail extends past the protective wing layer, so...
Yeah.
In hindsight, it's incredibly obvious. Come on. But yeah, I don't know how Darkest Dungeon is going to do a PvP mode, but it'll probably be frustrating. I don't know. I'm not really down with this one. Like, I like Darkest Dungeon. I've enjoyed both of the other DLCs, but this one seems like a misstep, if you ask me.
I don't think I need any more of Darkest Dungeon, so I haven't really been interested in the DLCs. What was there was fine. I also just never finished. I beat 2 Darkest Dungeons, and that's good enough for me.
And what news do you bring me, Architect?
The foundations are infested. Demons and devils. Many lives will be lost if you try to build there.
You have done well to complete your goal, Bianchi. The construction will continue as planned.
But the demons! You'd be insane to build there.
Silence, dog! What dwells beneath the Forbidden City is the very reason it was built. For you to understand, you must witness it firsthand. Let me educate you. Guards! Put this one with the others of the sacrifice. I am the Scourge of God, appointed to chastise you, since no one knows the remedy for your iniquity except me. You are wicked, but I am more wicked than you, so be silent. Now you, Architect, you are about to make your largest contribution to this project.
That's Grizzly. That's not good. Well, it's good for Pius.
Wasn't that one of the things he was supposed to do?
The Pius was supposed...
Yeah, he specifically talks about the Pillar of Flesh.
Yes.
That's the only thing it could be.
Yes. Yes. I do believe that's what he was referring to.
Yeah, and there it is over there on the wall.